Good morning everyone and welcome back to the vlog. So usually I would start the morning with a sit-down breakfast, but I was walking to breakfast and I saw this little store selling these buns, and I looked and I saw a salted egg bun. And when I was in Singapore just before this, I tried salted egg noodles as well as salted egg chips, and they were phenomenal. So I thought, let me stop, get a quick little bun and see how it is. It's super fluffy and I can feel the filling. Got little rice noodles and the salted egg inside. Fantastic start to the morning. So now I'm just gonna make my way for a new breakfast we haven't had before.
She's got some nice long hair and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it.
So this morning our new breakfast is going to be a dish that originated in the south of the country. This is Bambo Numbo, which literally translates to beef with noodles from the south. So it is a hot noodle salad with rice vermicelli noodles topped with beef and lots of crispy onion. I also got a little cold pressed watermelon juice. So we're gonna finish this, and I got some unfortunate news last night that the 8-game mix has actually been cancelled, which I really do not understand because the 9-game mix got a phenomenal turnout. So gonna finish up here and make our way to the convention center, where I'm going to assess the options for the day, because there are a few tournaments happening today, so I'll just have to decide what I feel like playing. Gonna squeeze a little bit of this miniature lime onto it, which is full of seeds, unfortunately. And I'm gonna give it a try. Got a lot of bean sprouts underneath it.
To her toes, yeah, they say that she's
Very
a
nice.
rat. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated, but that only makes it better. And it's got me so fixated, and I'm not the type to wait around. I've never hesitated, but she's got me captivated. So the game, I'm gonna play it, yeah.
After getting here and looking through the daily schedule, I narrowed it down between two options: either Enter the Dragon, No Limit Hold'em tournament, or the PLO. I decided to go with Enter the Dragon. It's a little bit bigger buy-in, and I think it'll generate a bit of a bigger field. So it's also kind of a fast structure, but hopefully we can run well, build a stack, and go for our second cash of the series. So I'm now on break from the Enter the Dragon event, and I have 2 hand breakdowns to give you guys. So the first hand breakdown, we are sitting 6-handed. So in those situations, our opening range can definitely widen up a bit. I open Queen 8 of Diamonds to 700 at 100-300 off 85 bigs, the small blind and the big blind full. The flop was Ace, 6 of Diamonds, 7 of Diamonds. The small blind checks, big blind checks, and I decided to check back just to ensure I can realize my equity, as well as play with some deception should a flush come in. So the turn, beautiful 10 of diamonds. Now have the queen half flush, which is the third nuts. Small blind leads for 1700. The big blind calls, and I don't really like raising here. Kind of defeats my objective of trapping, and most often with such a big flush, both my opponents are dead or at best have maybe just the ace of diamonds, which in position I can still get value from on the river. So flat. The river, the king of spades. Small blind now checks. The big blind bets 3,500, and I think choosing the correct sizing here is such a critical skill because it enables you to get the maximum value. In the moment, I honestly thought that he did have a baby flush and wouldn't be able to fold it. So I decided to just jam for 23,100. Small blind snap folds, and the big blind let out a sigh and said, I don't think I can fold. So soon after that, he puts in the call. We show him the bad news, and we're off to a fantastic start for the tournament. Second hand breakdown, kind of a different story. The hijack opens to 700 at 200, 300. The cutoff, who was a very active player, 3-bet to 2,000, and I wake up with red queens on the button. Usually I don't like cold calling, but in position this deep, I don't really mind it. And if I 4-bet and face a 5-bet, I've just opened myself up to an absolute world of pain. So we flat. The hijack now makes it 7,500. This is where we insert the rolling eyes emoji. So the cutoff flats, and I think it's a very easy flat, closing the action in position. Flop comes queen, 8, 7, 2 clubs. Absolute dream. We flop the nuts in a very disguised way, in a huge 3-way 4-bet pot. Both players check to me, and at this point I suspect that at least one of them is trapping with a hand like aces or kings. I bet 7k, which is 30% pot, and I can bet so small because the stack to pot ratio is very small. So going this size makes it very easy to get it all in on the turn. The hijack is the only caller, and at this point I'm pretty confident he has aces or kings. I think something like ace king of clubs would check shove the flop. Turn, 6 of clubs. I still have the effective nuts, and I'm just hoping that his overpair does not contain a club so that he has as little equity as possible. He checks. I bet 11k, seeing that he only has 26k back. It's a size that essentially does commit him. So he does jam and I snap him off. Of course, he shows us aces, but they are black aces, so containing a club. So he has 2 outs to make a bigger set and 8 outs to make a flush. I whip out my phone to record the update for my Instagram story, and I was absolutely gut punched when the 4 of clubs rolled off on the river to give him a flush. This was a 300 big blind pot and absolutely crippled us. So now we have a lot of work to do.
I don't get what I want, I get what I need. Every single day I'm heading off to my dream, and I get everything that I damn well please. I don't give a damn if you all listening to me, cause I run it. I'm the only one that really want it. I'm the only one that's really on it. I'm just being honest. I'm just doing everything I promise, cause I want it bad enough that I'ma make it as an artist. And I know I'm not the smartest, and I know I'm not the largest, but I promise you that I'ma be the one that worked the hardest, cause I promise you that I'm just getting started. And I promise you that my skills are getting sharper, so I'ma get charted. Can't be guarded.
And we are out, of course. The last hand, an absolute mega fish chick at our table. 3-bet jams on us, snap her off with ace queen. Knowing the history that we have, she shows ace 8, flop an 8, and that's it. So gonna see what else there is. You need resilience in tournament poker, because it can be absolutely brutal when you're running bad. And on to PLO we go. first stop of the evening. I stopped at a little stall on the side of the street next to the Dongshuan market, and I got this little waffle type of thing, almost like a jaffle, that is filled with salted egg and cheese. So that is going to be the starter for tonight. At least tonight can't get any worse than the poker was today. So I was walking around trying to find the next place to have something to eat, and I looked to the side and this place was just packed with people. So I walked in, sat down, and they brought me a plate of what everyone seems to be eating, and I have absolutely no idea what it is. So this I know is fried bread. This, I have absolutely no idea what it is. We're gonna try it and see. I'm still yet to find out what exactly that soup was, but it was fantastic. It was delicious, flavorful. Had a kind of like a meaty flavor, which you wouldn't expect from a very, very white soup. But I saw that they also do skewers cooked over charcoal, so had to get one of those. A gentleman came and sat next to me who miraculously spoke English, and he explained to me that what I was eating was chao ga, which is a Vietnamese porridge, and inside the porridge, cooked with it, is cartilage from an animal with a little bit of meat around it, and that cartilage just gives it a very distinct and unique flavor. Obviously the collagen from that's also very good for you. So this is a look, literally just right on the street, and he said that this restaurant is probably the best place for this dish in Vietnam. Okay, so as the final savory destination of the evening, I've decided to come get a little barbecue. So that's just some beef, and it's going to be cooked right in front of us. As well as I got a little bit of hot tea, seeing as my throat feels like I've been gargling with a cactus. Very much looking forward to this. So it looks like you'll take some meat, put it all these together, even get a little baguette, and we'll combine this and finish it up. Seeing as I don't think my throat can take any form of dessert, I thought it would be cool to have some traditional, very detail made tea. So that's what we're gonna have, nice hot tea, and call it a night.